What's up guys, Todd here at Whale Guitar. In today's lesson we're going to be checking out Hate to Say I Told You So by the Hives. Now I watched this band years ago here in Fremantle, and they were the fucking loudest band I've ever heard in my entire life. I had got free ticket from my mate Ben, and I was lucky that I took some earplugs because it was so loud, but it was so cool. It was just such a rockin' show, and really great band. Before we get into it, if you wanted to, you could head on over to check out the Sailor Jerry podcast with the host of that is Matt, the singer from the Bronx, another band you should check out if you're into the Hives. He interviews Pele, and it's a really interesting conversation, something cool to check out, and lots of yeah, it's really cool to have a listen to. So check that out. Anyway, what we're going to do right now is we're going to zoom in and we're going to check out all of the chords involved in the song. There's only like 5 different chords, so let's zoom in and do that. Here we go. Okay, so the chords involved in the song are a D major chord, rooted on the A string, as are all of them. We're going to be taking this down 2 frets to a C major bar chord, taking it up with the first finger on the 8th fret for an F major bar chord, and then down to the 1st fret for a B flat major bar chord. And the only other chord in this is a G major bar chord rooted on the E string. They're all our chords. Now the sound that I'm using for this lesson, I've got my pickup selector switch in the middle, which is so I'm using my bridge and my neck pickup, and on my trusty Roland Cube 20 watt ampere, I just have it on a standard distortion setting with minimal gain, giving me that kind of sound. A little bit of gain, breaking up nicely. So that's the chords for the song. There's only 5 of them. If any of those chords are unfamiliar to you, or if you feel like you might need a bit more information on those chords, head on over to whaleguitar.com. We have a Whaling with Chords guitar course there, where we cover not only like the bar chords we've looked at in this song, but all bar chords, and not only that, major, minor, dominant, all of the chords. Open chords, power chords, you name it, it's over there. So if you need a bit more info, please head on over there and check that out. Now let's get straight into the song. There's only really one main riff and kind of like a chorus part in this tune. We're going to start with that D major bar chord, and basically we're going to be hitting it 2 times only. We're going to go all downstrokes. This whole song is downstrokes pretty much. So we're going to hit it that twice, and then we are actually going to hit the open A string. You can actually hit all the open strings if you want, because it's got that. The next chord comes so quick that as a listener we don't really notice it. We don't kind of go, we don't think, oh, what's that nasty sound? It's sort of, and you hit the next chord so quick you don't really notice it, and it gives it a bit of like this forward momentum, kind of just a raw sound. Okay, so it's, let me just play the riff. So you can hear him hitting those open strings, and in particular the A, because the song is, it's kind of in D minor, that would be our 5th, so it's gonna work with all of those chords. So I'm kind of hitting the D chord, the D major chord twice, and then hitting those open strings, and then hitting the C chord on the 3rd with the 1st finger on the 3rd fret 3 times. Open strings, the F 3 times, open strings, and then the B flat major 4 times. Followed by the open strings. So if I do it slowly, that tempo. Okay, and that is pretty much it. The only extra part is that G major chord. But before we get to that, I'll just mention the order that we're going to play it in. So there's an introduction, we play that riff 4 times, and then we do it 4 times again when the drums come in, and then there's 4 bars after that where there's no guitar, and it's just drums, and I think it's just maybe drums and maybe some synthy sort of sounds. Then we come into the verse number 1, same riff again, 8 times through. After that we're going to our G major bar chord, and we're going to do 2 bars of this, all downstrokes, and 8th notes, which is just 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So it's coming out of the riff, the G, alright, back to our riff, into that riff 2 times, and then we go back to the G, and we're in for 3 bars. 1 whole bar break, and then back to our riff. We run through our main riff 2 more times. Then we go back into verse 2 and then another chorus, which is exactly the same. Okay, coming out of that, there's like our bridge part. There's just a whole section where it's just the bass breakdown, and the bass is just doing the root notes of the chords that I've just played for you with the open A string happening too. So. And the bass will run for 4 bars like that. Then we'll do the riff for 4 more times, and then another 4 times when the vocals come back in, and then we hit this G major chord down strokes like this. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and back to our riff by itself 4 times for another verse, and then another 4 times at the end of the song, and that is the entire song. Pretty straightforward. Just keep practicing if you're new to it, and if you do find the chords a bit tricky, remember, just go nice and slowly, and you don't even have to worry about the open strings if you kind of feeling a little bit not quite there tempo wise. You can just kind of do the rest in between, because the open strings might sound a bit scrappy if you're playing it kind of slow, as in it might kind of put you off a little bit, so you can kind of go. And I'm just resting with my right hand, I'm just kind of choking the strings out. So if you're starting off slow, do it like that, but if you can play it at tempo, it really gives it that punk vibe, and that's what we're kind of going for. If you have any questions or any comments, we'd love to hear from you, so please comment below and subscribe to the channel if you like what you're hearing and enjoying the lessons. Keep practicing, remember, just try to get a bit in every single day, and we'll catch you on the next vid. Thank you very much for watching. See you soon. We're done.